The finance versus lease debate for buying a car is controversial. Some say buying is cheaper long term, while others argue leasing allows for lower monthly payments and driving new cars regularly. After researching and crunching numbers, I found a significant difference in savings between dealership options and the most economical choice. This video explains the three main ways to purchase a car, which option is the most affordable, and the psychological factors to consider. It is very important to focus on personal finance and building wealth. Watch the video till the end, as I will mention a secret way to buy cars at wholesale prices. Now let's explore the three options. Option 1 is to buy the car outright, paying the full price upfront and avoiding future payments or interest charges. Option 2 is finance. Similar to a personal loan, you put down a deposit and borrow the outstanding amount at a fixed interest rate for a specified term, example 3 years, and make monthly payments until you own the car at the end of the period. Third way is to opt for a lease, which is similar to renting. With a lease, you make monthly payments to utilize the car for a specific period and return it at the end of the contract. Unlike financing options where you pay off the car's entire value because you'll own the car eventually, a lease requires you to pay only for the portion of the car's value that depreciates during your use, in addition to some fees. This amount is then divided into monthly payments. I went to a local BMW dealer and conducted an analysis on financing options for a medium-sized family car, specifically a BMW 3 Series, using $6,000 deposit and a 3-year term to make comparisons as close as possible. The first option we discussed was financing a car, where I put down a deposit and was quoted an interest rate of around 8% for an average credit score. This resulted in the monthly payments of $1,065 for the 3-year term, and the total price for the car at the end of the contract was just under $44,340 with full ownership of the car. Assuming I sold the car after 3 years, I estimated that I could get $22,000 for it, although I believe this price may be inflated due to the current second-hand car market bubble. So total cost would be $22,340 to have the car for 3 years. Another option we discussed is leasing a car. Assuming I put down the same deposit and the same interest rate, the monthly payments for a 3-year term are only $566, much lower than the finance option because the payments are calculated only on portion of the car. So, in this case, it would have cost me around $26,376 to have the car for 3 years, although there is sometimes the option to buy out the car at the end of the term. It is not guaranteed, and the dealership will not reveal the car's value until the last few months of the lease term. The third option is to buy the car outright. Buying the car outright for $40,000 and selling it for $22,000 in the used car market would be the cheapest option, costing only $18,000 to have the car for 3 years. The opportunity cost of putting $40,000 in a car upfront is important to consider. Instead, you could put a deposit of $6,000 and invest the remaining amount in assets such as the S&P 500. This begs the question of whether the return on investment is better than the additional cost of financing. Another factor to consider is the psychological aspect. If you tend to keep cars for a long term, the finance option could be a better option, as you can pay off the car and have full ownership, which means you can do as you please with it. The lease allows for lower monthly payments and the ability to change cars regularly without worrying about resale value or maintenance costs. However, you must keep the car in excellent condition and abide by restrictions on the modifications and mileage. On the other hand, buying the car outright or through finance means full ownership and no monthly payments, but maintenance costs falls on you and resale value can be uncertain. Consider the opportunity cost of investing the money instead and your preference for keeping cars for a long term. To avoid monthly payments, buying a car outright is a good option, but it's only recommended if you have knowledge about cars and resale values. Another alternative is to buy a pre-owned car that has already depreciated in value and is around 2 to 3 years old. This analysis is based on individual purchases rather than business purchases. It's essential to run the numbers and consider all factors before making a decision on which route to go down. Around 10% of a brand new car's value drops right when you take it out of the showroom. So the smartest way to go about it is to purchase a car that is 2 to 3 years old, but still has some years left before the model design changes. Now imagine how much better it would be if you could buy this car at wholesale prices. I'm talking about the same prices your local dealers buy used cars at. So let's look at the numbers. A 3-year-old BMW 3 Series would sell for about $22,000 in the used car market or at dealership. You can buy this same car for anywhere between $18,000 to $20,000. If you keep this car for 3 years and sell it, it would easily go for about $10,000. This would end up costing $8,000 to $10,000 for 3 years. This would make it the most economical option. Though you would need to pay the full price as there are no financing options here and any maintenance cost that arises. So how do you buy at wholesale prices? First, you need to find a broker through Craigslist or Google search who is willing to charge you a fee to let you enter wholesale car auction places and bid for you. Now you want to go to the ones that only have auctions on lease return cars like Mannheim. There are many depending on where you live. You just need to Google it. These brokers usually charge anywhere between $200 to $300 and they go to these auctions all the time to buy their own cars to resell. You just tag along. At these auctions, it's only dealers who are bidding on these cars, and whoever wins takes the car home. Your broker will bid for you as he is authorized and you are not. You can check out the car you want to bid for and make sure you do research on what is a good price and the car's condition. Once you win, you make the payment and take the car. It is really that simple. If you want to know more tips or tricks on the best ways to buy a car at wholesale prices and what to look for and what to watch out for, then mention in the comments below, and I can make another video specifically talking about this. If you found this video helpful, please share it and give it a thumbs up. Financial education and literacy are crucial aspects that require our attention.